Hi, Mrs. Cann. My name is Kinley, and this is the Cats Connection News, and we're so excited to have you here with us today.
I'm super excited to be here too, Kinley.
Well, that's great. I have a few questions for you, and then I can send you on your way.
Okay. Well, I'm not in any hurry. I'm here.
For this first question, I have, what made you want to become a superintendent after retirement?
After retirement. Well, I was a superintendent before retirement.
Really?
Yes. So it was 4 years in Granite City as a superintendent right during COVID. It was fun, but I actually think it turned out okay. I was retired, had a shoulder surgery, did some stuff, and got a call from Board President Brunworth and asked if I'd be interested in kind of helping to the end of the year. So I said yes. And then I got here, and I wasn't here for a long time, but I really loved it. I really liked the small. I went from a big school to a small school, and I liked that you could know all the students, and the teachers were great. I liked the school building. And so when they asked me to stay on for the year, I said, sure.
That's lovely. I love that. For the next question, when did you retire and why?
Which time? So I left. I taught high school English, history, and business in Roxana for years. And then I went back. My superintendent at the time brought paperwork to me and kind of threw it on my desk and said, you need to start these classes. They were for my administrative degree. I didn't really know. He's like, no, you need to start. So I started with his support, went through that, continued through, did assistant principal then in Roxana. Then I went on to a grade school. I wanted to try the other side of it all, right? That was kind of scary, right? But it was really fun. There's nothing better than a kindergarten group hug. So really fun. So I think that experience after that, then I thought I was going to retire. Mm-hmm. I went to work at SIUE. I worked with student teachers. Yes, I ran that program. And then I also ran a foster care initiative for a woman. It was a nonprofit. Did that for a while. And then actually the school I graduated from, Granite City, called and asked if I'd be interested in interviewing for their superintendency. So I went back in and then retired again in July of, what would that have been? 24. And then started this. Will be here till 26.
That is amazing.
I don't know.
How do you stay updated on educational development?
I just have a heart for it. I mean, I'm always reading stuff. There was actually a podcast on the Daily that was on just the other day on some educational voucher systems and such. And I sent that. I got all excited. I know I'm a big nerd. Got all excited, sent that to Mr. Martin and a couple board members so they could be up to date on it too. I work with Advance Illinois. It's a nonprofit in Illinois for workplace for secondary students, because high school students, that's what I taught. Okay. So I work with them. They're with a white paper we're doing too. I like to work with local education anywhere I can. I think I'll always be involved.
That is amazing. That is truly amazing.
Yeah.
How do you plan to build the relationships with your new students?
I think it's really important. I don't know if you guys have seen me around. It's important for me to connect with the students. I mean, the only reason any of us are here, from bus drivers to custodians to teachers to me, we're here because you're here. That's why we're here. So I think it's very important. I went to the parade the other day. That was wonderful to watch that. I think it's important. We have a new band instructor, so I really wanted to make sure I was there for the band. I try to go in at lunch hours sometimes. We just got some good news. I guess I could announce on here. Could I announce some good news? Yeah. So this summer, I got a thing from the Illinois State Board of Education that said they were looking for people for the Student Advisory Council. And I thought, we need to do this. And we just found out today that Alyssa Abasan is now one of the only 20 from the whole state to representing in the Student Advisory Council. So I think and I got to know her really well too with developing the stuff she had to do to submit. She had to do a lot of online videos and such. So I think just finding out ways that you can involve students in their education is really important.
Oh, yeah. What is your vision for this school district?
I think with being here just for a year and trying to, I'm not a good person in maintaining. I can only work 120 days. So it's hard for me not being here every day when kids are here. Mm-hmm. But I think it's important to try to always raise people up, right? I think that empowering people to do their best is huge. And I mean that across the board, not just with students, right? So my goal is to make everybody empowered and feel good about what they're doing and understanding their part and their role in educating all the students.
How do you describe leadership?
It's definitely not about the leader. There's a book, I think Simon Sinek said that leaders eat last. So I think it's all about promoting, like I just said, promoting other people to do their part and showing their leadership skills. Your job is to walk alongside them, not walk in front of them.
And do you have any questions for us?
Oh, how long has this journalism program been going on?
The journalism program has been in school, or has been going on with the school, since Mr. Lesko's mother has been back in school and teaching. So I would say roughly, I want to go about since 87.
Oh, wow. That is just wonderful that people, and you guys have a paper that
Yes,
you put out?
Cats Connection.
I'm looking for some help with that to see if you guys could maybe continue that magazine that we had, the Olive Branch, if maybe some of those articles and things we do about people could be picked up in the newspaper. So I was going to talk to you about that anyway.
Oh.
Well, there we go.
So I just have one more question for you, and then you're good to go.
Sure. I can't hang out. There are books everywhere I want to read.
Well, feel free. This is Mr. Lesko's room.
I know. He's great.
He is great. I love Mr. Lesko. Great
Mom
teacher.
taught too. Pretty incredible lineage there.
Great lineage, and they're amazing teachers, and they explain well,
I
and
know. Isn't that cool? And engaging.
top tier. So what questions do you have for us as our new superintendent?
Let's see. I think it's really interesting how your high school group in particular, they seem, at least outwardly, to all get along fairly well. You might not have to be best friends, but it seems like there seems to be a rapport between everybody. Am I wrong? Does it seem like that? Is that true?
That small town.
Do most people seem to at least tolerate each other well?
Yeah.
Right, that's my question. I think that it's just outwardly, it looks great. You go in the lunchroom. I mean, sure, people have their tables and stuff like that, but for the most part, it seems like in the hallways and that people are pretty okay.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Do you think most of the students feel, because it is a smaller school, do you feel at all that you didn't get the opportunities that they would have in a large school, or do you feel like maybe you had more opportunities because it's a small school? How do you?
Well, now you're asking someone who is very different from the rest of the school. So the opportunities that I get to do may not seem like they differ, but they do.
Oh, in a good way.
In some ways.
Oh, in some ways.
So, like, everyone, you're always going to have cliques in high school.
Sure.
But
in adulthood, too.
Being from such a small town and having that support from not only your family, but just the whole town backing you.
Yeah, that's how it feels.
It's definitely that definitely gives you a lot more advantage and a lot more just a lot more opportunity than some people can't say that they have, because they don't have that support.
That back support. I feel like that, like in a bigger school I was at Roxana, which is medium, then in Bunker Hill, and then Granite Knife, and I was from Granite. I think the bigger school, it loses a little bit of personal. My kids went to Edwardsville, right? Yeah. Like at Roxana at graduation, it was wonderful. I was personal. I could tell you something about every one of the graduates, right? And in Edwardsville and Granite, you try, but there's no way you're going to be able to do that. So I think for you, even though I was here at the very end last year, it was fun to be at graduation. I enjoyed that.
Our graduating class last year was extremely small. So for our teachers to just go through and you're not going to know everyone's name in school, right. Sure, but there's no way you can't know everyone,
right? Because you're with them all day and you're here all day. So you're from here. Then.
I am from here.
Are most kids in your class?
Yes.
Are most people here?
I think everyone from my class has been here since the third grade.
And that is so unusual because even in other school districts, we always had people that weren't from, at least half. So it was really, I think that's what drew me to stay, because I wasn't going to, but I was like, oh no, I need to, because it'll give me, I miss the kids. I miss you guys. So that's my question. I think that's all I can think of at the moment.
Well, that is great. Thank you so much.
Well, this has been fun. Thanks so much for
having you on the
me.
Cats Connection.
I appreciate it. Yeah, and let me know if you need anything.
Of course.
Or if I need you, I'll tell you.
Please.
Thanks.